Morning. Good morning, folks. One of David's favourite days today. We've got another Audit Scotland report out, telling us that everything's falling in its fucking arse. That'll be year 23 of Audit Scotland telling us everything's kaput and everything's on its arse. The worst year, if I remember, of Audit Scotland reports was the year before the SNP came to the power. But we'll get to that in a minute. Let's get Facebook on board. Upload to read. Oh dear, shut that down. Here we go. I'm on my main page. For some reason I've got fucking adverts everywhere. Now let's see if we can get this fucking sorted. Edit privacy. Make it public. Sorry about this, folks. Facebook can be a bit of a pain, but we need it. Hold on, Melanie. Hold your horses, Mel. Right. That's Facebook on board. Good morning, Regan Elite. Sorry you can't join us this morning. Ah well, way it goes. But nice you pop in and tell us you can't join us, young fella. Folks, watch Regan Elite's channel. It's really good. Okay. Right, now Facebook's on board. We've got the first one through the door. Hi, Jackie. It's Indy Truck Davy on the 3rd of the 12th, 2024. And it's... I'm out my office. Sorry, I'm out my truck. I'm in my office in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire, where it's overcast and 1 degrees. We're a bit right for this time of year. Now, folks, first up this morning, we're going to have Mel's report on whether ducks like the rain or no. Now, as you know, this is a newspaper headline programme. So, the other day in the headlines for the Star, it was saying we had a lot of rain coming and it would be great weather for ducks. Well, I didn't know whether ducks actually liked the rain or whether they took shelter in the rain. So, of course, we tasked our roving reporter in Sweden, Melanie McCann, to go and find out for us. So, helpfully, Melanie has filed her report. So, let's have a look and see if ducks actually do like the rain. Okay, so this is the definitive answer to the question, do the ducks like rain? Have the Daily Star's boffins got it correct? Well, let's have a wee look, shall we? Right, let's have a look, shall we?
Okay, duck report. If it's a great day to be a duck, quack. Seems good enough.
Mel, you're a genius. Brilliant. So there you go, folks. The definitive answer is that ducks like the rain. And we would like to thank our intrepid reporter, Melanie McCann, for going out in that dreadful weather to find that answer out for us. I believe Melanie got her walker stuck. Mel, I'm sorry, but thank you very much. That's it. You've cured my curiosity on that one. And you've definitively answered the question. Yes, ducks do like the rain. So, it would appear the Daily Star's boffins have got it right. Ducks do like the rain. Okay, let's get into this, shall we? Right, first up today we have a Scottish Daily Fail. I'll put it up. This one's a cracker. As I say, it's one of Davy's favourite times. It's the Audit Scotland report time. Where we are, the Daily Fail. Wait to see this one. SNP has left NHS fighting for its life. Damning report warns cuts may be needed to save stricken service. Now, as I say, Audit Scotland's been writing damning reports about every service in Scotland since it first came to being into being in the year 2000 and published its first audit in 2002, covering the period 2000 to 2001. And Audit Scotland have been doing this nonsense for as long as I can remember. As I say, the most damning report that I've ever remembered reading for Audit Scotland was in the year 2006, where it damned the police, it damned the fire service, it damned the ambulance service, it damned the NHS, and told us they were all dying in their arse then. The SNP came to power, they created Police Scotland, they created Fire and Rescue Scotland. They took all the regional services and made them a single Scottish service. And that was because of Audit Scotland. But Audit Scotland's been telling us the NHS has been dying in its arse now since for as long as I can remember. And every successive government since 2007, which has been an SNP government all the way through, but successive SNP governments have all put in increased spending. Now, what does the Audit Scotland report tell us this time? It tells us that increased costs for staff wages and increased costs for running the service has put the service under extreme pressure. Well, as we know, the service has had a rough ride since 2019, when the tail end of 2019 started the pandemic. And then we had the disastrous Boris Johnson and then Liz Truss governments throwing the economy into absolute fucking chaos. And then with the energy crisis in 2022, starting in 2022 after the beginning of the Ukraine war. And that really increased costs. But is the NHS fighting for its life or dying on its arse? No. It's no. This is just the usual Audit Scotland bullshit. You can go on the Audit Scotland website and have a look at any of the public services, education. As I say, Fire and Rescue is now Police Scotland and the Ambulance Service of Scotland. But you can go and have a look at Audit Scotland's reports and all the public services going all the way back to its first reports in 2001, 2002. And it's the same shite every year. Everything's crap, everything's 40 bits, everything needs more funding. We know that. We all know that. But since 2016, the Scottish Government budget has been let's just say with the 11% cut off the BOT grant. And then with the cost of living crisis, the energy crisis, all sorts of shit thrown in the tap of the pandemic. Yep, the service is struggling. How will it be solved? Same way it's always solved. A wee bit of restructuring and a shitload more money. But the real reason for these NHS story today is because tomorrow is the budget. And the biggest chunk of the Scottish budget will be thrown at the NHS. And we will have the opposition parties stood in that parliament and scream about the amount of money going to the NHS, saying it's SNP failure, SNP failure, SNP. They've been saying that every year since the SNP has been putting up funding for the NHS every year. It's no failure. What it is increased costs and more demand. There's more demand because we've got an ageing population. We don't even control immigration, so we can't do nothing about our ageing population. It's controlled out with our borders by the country next door. And then, of course, there's the shit state of the economy and the cost of living crisis created in that shithole down that road. So Scottish public services suffer as a consequence of the mismanagement in Westminster. Absolutely suffer. We can't even recruit for ourselves because there's immigration quotas. fucking mad. But as I say, Audit Scotland, you can go and look, Audit Scotland's website, go on. Every fucking public service since 2001 has been getting slated. Didn't matter what colour of government was along that road. So say the very worst of the stuff, back in the early days of devolution, came out in the second Scottish administration, when Labour and Lib Dem coalition was in place. One of the reasons the SNP won the 2007 election was because of the Audit Scotland's damning report on the state of public services. Nothing's changed. They've been writing the same shite for the last 20 years. In fact, a lot of it's copy and paste. Now, you've never heard of Audit Scotland. Audit Scotland. Yeah, well, Audit Scotland. What can I tell you about Audit Scotland? Let's have a look. Have I got it there? Yep. You don't know about Audit Scotland? Let's just stick it up. Because, of course, as you know, folks, I do my background check on these stories. So when Audit Scotland's report hit the table yesterday, I had a look and I compared it with the year before and the year before. I mean, if you take 2022, 2023, the headline for Audit Scotland was more transparency and more leadership needed. Guess what the headline is this fucking year? More transparency, more leadership needed. They want the government to lead a medical service. What the fuck do politicians know about medical services? Anyway, Audit Scotland, where are we? Here we are. That one. Audit Scotland, founded 1st of February 2000. Audit Scotland was established in 2000. It employs a staff of around 250 people. Its corporate HQ is on Westport Street in Edinburgh's Old Town. The role of Audit Scotland is to provide the Auditor General for Scotland and the Accounts Commissioner for Scotland with the services they need to carry out their duties. So there you have it. If you don't know about Audit Scotland, that's Audit Scotland. Okay, we'll stop sharing. As I say, it came into being in the year 2000, the year after the Scottish Parliament opened, and it's been writing the same shite for the last 22 years. The very same shite. Nothing's changed. The Auditor General's changed a couple of times, but the bollocks that's been produced for the Audit Scotland office, you know, they haven't done any decent work since about 2006. All they've done since then, since they got the restructuring of the public services that the Auditor General was recommending back then, all they've done is criticise their own recommendations. Unbelievable. And as I say, have they just copied and pasted from last year's report, David? More or less, Alistair. Aye, more or less. You know, all they've done is put a different headline on it. This time round, it's NHS needs restructured. It's been needing restructured forever. Nobody can work out how to fucking restructure it. All they've done is create wee areas and try and pump more money into these wee areas, especially the most deprived areas, where they pump shitloads of money into GP services and preventative medicine, or preventative measures to prevent the people in the poorest areas from needing medicines, to keep them fit. But as I say, Audit Scotland's been pumping out the same piss for as long as I can remember. Anyway, second up is Scotsman. NHS dilemma as services face acts to free up funds. Same bollocks. Audit Scotland's report. What's the Herald got? Same bollocks. NHS to decide what patients can no longer have. That's not how it works. How it works is in the Morris budget, the SNP are going to throw a shitload more money at the NHS. Right. Oh, fuck. As if the repetitive shite in the Herald, the Fail, and the Scotsman, the constant SNP bad Scotland shite stories. It's a bit like the BBC. In top of that, we've got the Red Tops. On day 3, a Greg Wallace story. What's the record go? Greg Wallace, apparently he put a video out slating middle-class, middle-aged woman. Right, The Sun goes on. The Wallace Crude joke scandal. I'm not even fucking bothered with it. I'm really not. I'm fucking fed up hearing about a TV food critic who told a couple of rude jokes 15 to 20 years ago and call it a scandal. Do you know what the Greg Wallace story was all about? That was to take the arrest warrants for Netanyahu and Gallant off the fucking front pages. Never seen so much crap in all your life. Manufactured nonsense. The Times has. We'll put it up, will we? The Times has. Trump threatens to release rioters after Biden pardons son. Oh, I wonder if he's going to release the rioters after he pardons them fucking self. And apparently Starmer, I want even closer ties with the United States. That's the main headline. Okay, and this is apparently because Russia is a clear and present danger. So there you go. So Starmer wants closer ties with the US, according to the Times. What's the Telegraph going to say for itself today? Well, the Telegraph goes in the complete opposite direction for the Times. So it does. The Telegraph tells us Starmer, I will not side with Trump over Europe. And the PM warns Ukraine to get ready for peace talks. And apparently Macron's government is on the brink of collapse in France after forcing through the budget. That's what the Telegraph's got us for the day. But the Times has got Starmer, closer relations with America. Telegraph, Starmer, closer relations with Europe. Interesting stuff. Shut that down. And that one. Make it easier to find the next one. Anyway, we go next. The Eye. The Eye tells us, have we got it? Aye. The Eye tells us higher energy bills on way to pay for 2023 net zero drive. And this is a warning to the PM for the energy companies that they're going to slap the cost of them switching to a different form of generating to sell us electricity, and they're going to charge us for their transition. Higher energy costs. The mere thought of it is fucking scary. It's scary for me, and I'm quite well off. So, if you're out there and you're on the edge and you're reading that, you must be shaking yourself. I mean, my energy bill's already 3,200 quid a year. That's a huge chunk of my income. Not quite 10%, so I'm not in energy poverty. But it's a huge chunk of my income. Wow. Energy prices to go up. Fuck's sake. And as if Starmer cares about energy costs going up. He has the power to regulate. He has the power to tell the energy suppliers, oi, you've ripped the people off enough, get the fucking prices half. But he's no doing it. What that cruel bastard's doing is letting Granny die of the cold in the winter to get her off the books, because pensioners are expensive. They're the people who use the NHS and put it under pressure. And of course, they're non-productive. Starmer doesn't like non-productive people. And they're having to pay them a pension. A pension that they have saved all their life for with the government. So it's an entitlement and no fucking benefit. But Starmer doesn't care about rising energy costs. He has the power to stop it. In fact, he has the power to stop the profiteering altogether. he's got the power to take the prices back to maybe 5 to inflation above generation costs. He can take the energy price way back to where it was in 2019 if he wants. But he's no, that monster of a man who manages to justify himself, his ally Israel, murdering fucking 35,000 women and children. This is a guy that can justify himself allowing grandma to freeze to death so he can keep feeding the war machine. So Starmer doesn't give a fuck, so I don't know what they're warning the PM for. He doesn't care. Right, the National has Plaid Cymru. SNP and Plaid Cymru unite and bid to reverse NI hikes for public services, charities and small businesses. So apparently Plaid and the SNP are going to lay an amendment to stipulate that these increases only apply to medium to large companies in the private sector. Of course, that would half the amount that Rachel Reeves looking to bring in. But to be honest, there isn't a black hole. In fact, unbelievably, due to inflation and interest rates, the UK national debt, according to the government saying figures, dropped by £1.5 trillion last year. It dropped by £1.5 trillion. But most of the stuff that the government's got listed on its liabilities is a lot of bollocks. There's no liabilities at all, they're assets. Never had so much shite in all your life. So, the SNP and Plaid Cymru don't want this to apply to charities, small businesses, or public services. And the main headline in the National, Labour to prioritise plans. Labour slated over plans to prioritise arms firms investment. So apparently, the Labour government is going to invest in private arms companies. You think they're expecting conflict? They're buying in and investing in arms companies. You think they're expecting conflict? This cunt Starmer's a monster. He's probably going to lead us to war. He is probably going to lead us into an unnecessary war, the way Blair did. Not as bad as the manufacturer of all the fucking Thatcher came up with, that's beside the point. Wars are coming. I'm glad I'm too old to fight. I wouldn't fight for these fuckers anyway. I just wouldn't. If I was still a young man when some of these conflicts were going on, well, I was, but we're talking about right now, if I was a young man in the forces, I'd be getting out. I don't see anything in this fucking nightmare called the UK that's worth fighting for. I'll get you stand a minute. Come on, Melanie. I'm getting ordered the book with a roving reporter. Get you stand a minute. You know, work on. I don't see anything worth fighting for, except for Scottish independence, where we can build a proper society, a well-being society, a society that works for the people. Anyway, the star's coming, Melanie. All right. It's boffin time, as it says in the chat. But I don't think there's any boffins in it today. Although there must be, because they've cracked. Oh well, I'll just put it up. They've cracked a 541-year-old crime. There must have been boffins involved. Anyway, the Daily Star. This one, I love this. This is brilliant. This is what the Star's all about. This is what the Star was invented for. So here we go. We'll put it up. Here we go. Breaking news. We had a hunch Richard III was a wrong'un. Just 541 years late, King Dickie is well and truly fingered for murdering princes in Tower. Fucking brilliant. Thank you, Star. The Star solved. The Star has solved a a 541-year-old mystery. Yes, King Richard did murder his 3 nephews in the Tower of London. The Star. Oh, God, that was worth waiting for, folks. That was just worth waiting for. The Star and its boffin solved 551-year-old mystery. King Richard III of England was a bad one. There you go. Oh, in the midst of all this doom and gloom and this fucking Brexitania dystopian future that's in front of us unless we get out of this fucking union, the Star is a wee bit of sunshine. Ah, well. Brilliant. Maybe better late than never. You end up in the naughty step, roving reporter, any more of your snash. All right. Right, folks, that's it for the day. I don't have time to come into an after show chat today because I'm going to go and make another a payment to a charity, and then I'll start looking about at the baby banks to empty the bank account. Once I've made this payment, we're just short of £1,200, but I'll make it up to £1,200, and then I'll find 3 baby banks and they'll all get £400 each. Okay. And once again, thank you for our intrepid Roman reporter, Melanie McCann, for giving us the definitive answer on whether ducks like wet days. And thanks to Audit Scotland for giving us a fucking laugh for the 22nd or 23rd year in a row. Brilliant stuff. We'll see you all tomorrow, okay? Same time, same place. Eyes on the prize. Don't be late. Bye for now.